Good, happy Monday evening, January 25th, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Monday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Monday evening, so let's begin. First up, we're going to begin with your COVID-19 in New Hampshire. Key data, maps, and graphs. Let's take a look at that right now. And here is a look at that information for all of you right now. There are 62,337 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. 25,109,148 number of people in the United States have tested positive. 987 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 239 current number of hospitalizations for COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And 418,982 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. And now let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire, where current cases of COVID-19 are. In Manchester, 595. Let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire, where total cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester, 8,459. And let's take a look at these three charts here. Let's start with the first chart here. New cases each day in New Hampshire. In the purple, daily new positive COVID-19 cases. Orange, new hospitalization. And red, deaths. Let's take a look at this chart here. Current cases in the purple, total current COVID-19 cases. In orange, current hospitalization. Let's take a look at this chart here. Total cases in the purple, total positive COVID-19 cases. Orange, total hospitalization. Red, deaths. And blue, recovered. Let's take a look at this chart here. Positive PCR test rate, positive PCR and antigen test rate, and daily PCR test. Let's take a look at this chart here. Age group of cases and female and male of cases. And let's take a look at this chart here. Infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. And let's take a look at this chart here. Deaths, percent of New Hampshire population, race/ethnicity of cases, and hospitalizations. And a reminder, your common symptoms: fever, lack of smell, cough, chill, difficult breathing, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. How it spreads, and prevention tips. And be sure to stay with the Riley King Network for the latest of your COVID-19 information. Person found dead after crews fight fire at Epsom mobile home. Cause of fire under investigation. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Ray Brewer.
It works for you at Quirk Kia in Manchester. Our dealership at your doorstep. This month, you can lease the new 2021 Kia Sportage LX for just $129 a month, and Quirk will deliver to you. Visit QuirkKiaNH.com.
This is what remains after fire gutted a mobile home in Epsom. According to the state fire marshal, firefighters were on the scene within 5 to 7 minutes after getting a 911 call from a neighbor.
Upon arrival, they found heavy fire condition throughout the mobile home. They made an aggressive interior attack.
The road to the mobile home park was also shut down as firefighters from neighboring towns responded. In addition to the fire, the state fire marshal says firefighters had to battle the cold, with temperatures hovering around 15 degrees. But it did not hamper the firefighting effort.
Other than, things begin to freeze and certainly the driveway got really slippery.
While fighting the fire, a body was discovered in what appears to have been the living room. Now the investigation into how the fire started is underway.
We spent most of the night at the scene last night, processing the scene, both for the cause and origin of the fire, as well as documenting the scene itself.
While they don't have a cause, there are indications that the person inside the home was on oxygen, and that may have contributed to the fire. The state fire marshal says that the identity of the person is being withheld at this point. They hope to be able to release more information later this afternoon once the autopsy is complete. Reporting live, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. High Court seeks help in settling New Hampshire mass tax fight. The nation's highest court is asking the U.S. Department of Justice for guidance on whether it should take up New Hampshire's challenge to Massachusetts imposing its income tax on telecommuters working from home during the pandemic. Concord firefighters, police work to find lost hiker. Firefighters, officers, and a canine unit searched the Ware Road Bosquen Town Forest trails on Sunday after a woman was injured on the trail. Concord firefighters rescued an injured hiker who was lost in the woods between Concord and Bosquen on Sunday. Around 12:15 a.m., fire dispatch received a call about a hiker possibly with a head injury on the Wares Road, Bosquen Town Forest trails. The hiker dispatched said was in an unknown area of the trails, but believed to be not far from the trailhead, which is located at 73 Rare Road near Beaver Pond. Dispatch sent an engine tower, ambulance, a car, and UTV unit to the area to find the woman. Dispatch said police were already at the scene near a parked car. A female, I guess, walked into the woods on a trailhead and supposedly hit her head, dispatch said. We're trying to get contact. Police attempted to ping the woman's cell phone to find her and were able to find footprints along the trail. Firefighters learned the woman had been lost in the woods for more than 3 hours. It is unknown what she was doing in the woods at that hour of the evening. The UTV unit began searching along the trail, and later a bow canine unit was called in to assist with the search too. Just before 1:30 a.m., the woman was found. Concord chief said the UTV unit found the hiker about a quarter of a mile into the woods. The woman was transported out of the woods with the Concord Fire Department UTV 1 and denied transport to the hospital, he said. Extreme cold and wind made for dangerous conditions for the lost hiker. And now let's take a look at that U.S. stock market and see how your U.S. stock market closed for this Monday evening. And here's a check of that U.S. stock market for all of you for this Monday evening. And your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the red and went down. Your Nasdaq closed in the green and went up. S&P 500 closed in the green and went up. Gold closed in the red and went down. Oil closed in the green and went up. U.S. 10-year closed flat. Euro/USD closed in the green and went up. And VX closed in the green and went up. And that is a look at your U.S. stock market. S&P 500 ends volatile day slightly higher. Apple pushes NASDAQ to another record close. The S&P 500 erased earlier losses and rose slightly to a record on Monday as investors prepared for a busy week of earnings featuring reports from the largest tech companies. Biden to sign Buy America plan and transgender military ban on Monday today. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Hard on a number of fronts as he enters his first full week as president. He's going to sign more executive orders today, including a new Buy America plan. Senior White House correspondent Mary Bruce has the details. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Well, President Biden is continuing his blitz of executive actions. Today, he'll try to fulfill that campaign promise by signing an order encouraging the federal government to, quote, buy American and purchase goods and services from U.S. companies. Now, the law already requires this, but businesses have been frustrated by loopholes and waivers that still exist. This order is going to try and clamp down on all of that. And we've also learned from sources that the president today will be signing an executive order lifting the Pentagon's ban on transgender people serving in the military, that controversial policy that President Trump put in place a few years ago. Biden has long supported reversing this, and we've learned that the new Defense Secretary, Lloyd Austin, who of course also supports this, will be on hand for the signing, George.
And Mary, the president is getting some pushback on his COVID relief plan from Republicans saying it's just too big.
Yeah, George, he's running into some roadblocks on the Hill already. The president has been adamant that he wants bipartisan support from this, but Republicans and even some Democrats are balking at that nearly $2 trillion price tag. Even more moderate members like Susan Collins and Mitt Romney say it's just too big, especially since they just passed this $900 billion package last month, and much of that has yet to be spent. But Biden has to walk a very fine line here. If he gives Republicans too many concessions, well, that could put off some Democrats, and with that near even split in the Senate, Biden has very little wiggle room here, George.
Mary Bruce, thanks very much. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this Monday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night and goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching.